Hello. This is a story from 1971. I was a student at Cal State University in Hayward, California. And one evening at home, this was, I think, a Monday night, and I received a phone call from an American woman. Her voice was American, and the woman said, "Hello, is this Jamie Thacker?" I said, "Yes. Who is this?" And the lady said, "I am Helen." I forgot her last name, and I study at Cal State, and your name was given to me by Professor so and so. And I am doing a project on India. So I was told that you are a student from India, so maybe you can help me. I said, yeah, sure. What kind of help would you need? So she wanted to know a little bit about the Indian culture and music and a lot of different things like food and all that. So I said, yes, I come to the classes, attend my classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm there from 9:30, 10 to 5 or 6 in the evening. I take 3 or 4 classes at the same time. So we can get together after that. She said, oh, that'll be difficult. Where are you situated? I said, I live in San Francisco. She said, oh, yeah, okay. He said, how do we get together? I said, you can come to San Francisco. I said, you can come to our apartment. And that way I can show you some books on India, some magazines, some music. I can play some music for you. And maybe you can have some Indian food with us. She said, well, let me talk to my project partner, If he is free, he has a car. If he's free, we both will drive down to San Francisco. I said, oh, great. She lived in Hayward. So she called me in about half an hour's time and said, yes, we can come. What is a good day? So we suggested, we kind of decided on a Sunday lunch. So I had a roommate, Vittal Patel. He was an excellent cook. So I asked him, I said, this is the situation. He said, oh, don't worry. We'll make such a nice meal that they will always remember. He was a very enthusiastic person and a great cook. So we got together. They came over. Helen was in her 50s at that time, and her partner, I think George or Jack or something like that. He was in his 20s, early 20s. They both came, and we had a good time. We talked about this, especially me. I told them both about India and food and a lot of different things. They loved the food. It was a little spicy for them. I had told Vittal to make it as mild as possible, but Vittal could never ever make it that mild. I mean, he had to make it a little spicy. Bland food, yeah. But anyways, they loved it. They loved the music. I played some music for them. I gave them some demonstration of singing and all that. All went well. So naturally, she said, now you have to come and visit us at our house. I said, sure. She said, I have 2 boys. I got a beautiful daughter, a blonde daughter. You'd love to meet her. A mother saying that, about her daughter to a outside man. I said, why? And she said, my husband is a very friendly man, so we'll all will get together. Come down some evening. I said, okay. So we decided on next Saturday. And I go there, and we have a good time. I meet everybody. Uh, the girl, the beautiful daughter, her boyfriend was there too. He lived across the Golden Gate Bridge, so he had to pass through San Francisco, but he would take the detour and not pass through the town. That way he could save toll. So when it was time to go home, I had come in a bus and this was getting late. So this guy, I totally forgot his name. He was sort of a semi-hippie type, with a cap and beard and all that. In those days, I used to be a clean-shaved, very proper student. So he said, I can give you a ride to San Francisco, but you'll have to pay the toll at the bridge, which was 50 cents then. I said, okay, that's fine, because had I taken the bus, it would have been dollar something. And it would have taken me a long time, and then I would have had to walk from the bus stop to my apartment. So I readily agreed with him. I paid him 50 cents right there in advance, and he had a Volkswagen microbus, station wagon type. And we got in there. It's a real smelly one, but it was comfortable. And he dropped me close to where I lived, intersection. So I had to walk only a couple of blocks. I got home. I got to thinking that I said, gee, people are so frank and outright in America. They say, okay, you pay me 50 cents and I'll give you a ride. Not like in India, okay, I'll drop you. It'll cost me a little, but no problem. Let's go, But he will never ask for money, though he would love to get it. Here, boom, they just tell you out front. Anyways, so that was my experience with frankness, the American frankness, and how 50 cents mattered. A few years later, I was working for a law firm in San Francisco again, Kyle Connolly and Barbieri. And once I had to take Mr. Kyle and Mr. Connolly and Mr. Barbieri. This was very unusual. All three of them, all these three lawyers, across the Bay Bridge, again, 50 cents toll. And by that time it was $1, I'm sure. Yeah, it was $1. And so you go one way, you don't pay any toll, but while coming back into San Francisco, you pay $1. So there were three of us, and I was the fourth one, the driver. On our way back, we came to the toll, and the guy just waved us. So Mr. Connolly said, why aren't we paying toll? I said, well, because we are more than two. We are 4 people. So we save, they encourage people to travel together. That way the traffic jams could be solved and pollution. He said, wow. He said, hey, this is great. We saved $1. And all three of them, Mr. Kyle and Mr. Connolly and Mr. Barbieri, they were jubilant. They were so happy by saving $1. I was just wondering, I said, what the hell? These guys are millionaires, millionaires times 5 or 10. I mean, very rich people. And they are so happy at saving $1? That was kind of funny. But then I realized that they were doing it for fun. I mean, $1 didn't really matter to them, but they were just happy that saved $1. So that one first incident about 50 cents saved by Helen's would-be son-in-law, I would call him that. I wonder whether they ever got married. And here we save $1 by the three prominent lawyers of San Francisco. So this is the tall tale